I mean, I don't know about you, but I honestly don't know what to call what they're doing up there anymore. It's like Three Stooges economics. That, the first time I showed it was in 2009, but since 2008, when the Federal Reserve first purchased all of those toxic assets, from the big banks in open market operations, and astonishingly increased the banking reserves in excess of $1 trillion. Well, since then, through quantitative easing, it has nearly doubled that amount in 2012. What we need to see is how serious this problem is. The commercial banking system has excess reserves of about $1.5 trillion, meaning that they can legally, because of fractionally reserved banking, grant $15 trillion in new loans, inflate the money supply by that amount of money. Can you imagine what that would do to this economy? It would completely destroy us. And if that wasn't enough problems in itself, our national debt is totally out of control. Even the smartest of economists can't figure out how it'll ever be paid back. The pressure, just the pressure on U.S. Treasuries is enormous right now, as well as the pressure on the U.S. dollar. And it's threatening a lot of folks, those that are tuned in to what's going on. We all know that prices are going up on everything, every day. And now they're poised to soar, and that's going to include interest rates. The one thing that we should know and we should be telling our clients is that every time you take out a loan from a commercial bank, you're contributing to the inflation problem. Today in 2013, all this is reaching a boiling point, in a sense, in the minds of really the astute people. It's getting serious. Besides seeing the squandering of the nation's resources, we have all come to realize that there's a select few that are profiting immensely from this present monetary policy. And it needs to stop. But how? How in the world do you take away the printing presses from the government and the Federal Reserve when they've had full use of it all these many years? How would you go about changing such a monstrous problem like that? So to answer those specific questions, Robert and I, we looked at what the Austrians had been saying for over 100 years. The fact that they were pointing to the sound money solution. And then we took the views of a more current Austrian, one that's living among us right now, and had the infinite banking concept. And in a sense, the solution just emerged. Robert and I wrote How Privatized Banking Really Works. And it's a unique book in that we not only diagnose the nation's economic problems, but then we offer a realistic solution. You see, because our quandary has very, very specific causes. It's fiat money, paper money, and fractional reserve banking. And then coupled with the constant government interventions that go with it. So the main theme of the book is that households do have the ability to secede from this chaotic financial system that we're all in, and ultimately force the upper echelons of government to make the necessary policy changes. But the most important thing is that we can do this quietly, peacefully, without the need for radicalism or controversial action. Now, you'll hear me getting emphatic up here, but I'm speaking to you. We can do what we do very quietly. So in that respect, the book that described very clearly how one person, one individual, can actually make a difference in an economic environment that's gone terribly, terribly bad. The first action he must take is protect himself and his family. And the second one is just show somebody else how to do it too. That's it. What we made clear was that the solution requires a movement that will ultimately change public opinion and help rewrite this crazy monetary policy that we have now. That's our only chance and our only hope. The very first step we must do just to get the ball rolling requires the implementation of IBC. And then next, one must fully grasp the sound money solution and how privatized banking is an integral part of it. And so once fully understood, the concept provides the basis for a formula with powerful turnaround dynamics. The results for the individual is a private economic enterprise that provides all of the financing capabilities that, to acquire cars, our children's education, our passive income, and even the purchases of homes. So in an economic environment such as what we have today, who would not want to hear about this concept? But making the case for IBC is easier said than done, and I know that. Today's investing public is extremely cynical and skeptical. They've been hurt a lot. But then there's another reason that can sometimes prove unsurmountable, and that's the closed mind. Many people have difficulty seeing past their preconceived ideas.